Do you have in your portfolio original data science project that impressed someone with more than 10 years of experience in the field? If not, I will share with you the process that I used to build original data science projects. The process that helped me to get into my data science jobs. And let's jump into the main 3 ideas behind this. Basically, the first one is the complete life cycle of a data science project, which is not really about originality, but it is the baseline where you start from. You should have in mind that any good and original project that you do should be completed, and that goes from the problem definition to the results that you present. So, if you have this book, Hands-on Machine Learning, you should take a look at the second chapter, because it contains the main steps of a project life cycle, which is look at the big picture, get the data, discover and visualize data to gain insights, prepare that data for machine learning algorithms, select and train a model, fine-tune your model, and launch, monitor, and maintain your system. For every project that you do for your portfolio, have these steps in mind, so it can be completed. And why I started with this? Because the main steps to create a good and original project resides in the beginning of this chapter. So, when it comes to originality, here are the 2 main takeaways. The first one is the problem definition, when you look at the big picture. And you should brainstorm a couple of ideas for this problem definition. And you may want to ask yourself a couple of questions like, what do you like to do? What is interesting for the industry? And what data do you need? And these are pretty simple questions that help you define the problem that you want to work on. For example, in my case, I really enjoy video games because I'm a gamer in my spare time, and I also like finance. I have my background in economics and I really have an interest in it. So it is usual for me to build use cases around these areas, and I will talk about in an example in a minute. Then what the industry have interest in. So what can you do that has value for a company that is in finance or that is publishing a video game? These kind of questions are very relevant to the project that you are about to build. And last, if you have a couple of examples of what you like to do and what is interesting for the industry, you can start thinking about how can you gather data to build a project around it. And from there, we can go to the second main takeaway, which is the data sources for your project. Well, you need to define your data sources, and for that, you need to research where you can get useful data for your use case. Is there any dataset publicly available that you can use? Can you collect data from, for example, web scraping? Or can you use, for example, an API? And here, when you combine a problem definition or a business use case with available data, you can start build a very interesting and original project. If you go to the projects and tutorials in the channel, you can find some very interesting use cases. For example, the sentiment analysis of game reviews. I've done 2 videos for this, one for the Palworld and one for the Helldivers 2, and both videos consisted in analyzing what gamers think about these games. And that was basically my problem definition. So imagine that you are the publisher of that game and you want to understand what is the vibe and the sentiment of the gamers that are currently playing your new video game. I wanted to understand if the sentiment was good, neutral or bad around this game, and what kind of insights can I get from the experience of the gamers. And once I have my problem definition defined, I needed to understand or to research where could I get this data. And that's pretty simple. I went to the Steam website, and within the game page you can find all the reviews that are publicly available. So I web scraped all the reviews, I cleaned it and transformed the text, and then built a sentiment analysis to understand the results and also analyze and make some visualizations about these results, which were pretty interesting, and I found a really good insight of the gamers about these new games. If you're interested in building a better data science portfolio, you can watch this video here where I share some insights about techniques that I use myself and that helped me to get my data science jobs. Or at this one if you'd like to become a better developer. Don't forget to support this video by leaving a like or a comment. I hope to see you around. Peace, bye.